Yo, what's up, everybody? If you haven't heard about Anchor, let me tell you, this is one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. Second of all, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit the podcast right from your phone or computer. Third, Anchor will also distribute for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Then you can also make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Later.
Welcome to The Lion's Den with Seth, a podcast where progressive men and women can learn and teach each other the ways of the land. The Lion's Den is where royalty comes to council. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Seth.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to another episode of The Lion's Den Corona Files. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a very good show. But let's bring the team on board. All right. We got to make sure we give a special shout out to everybody. We're going to go to the top. What's up, Hearn? What's popping?
What's going on, y'all?
I see you G'd up. Up. What you wearing?
See what I got on? Hey, shout out to my girl Keisha, man. She made these masks for us. You know what I'm saying? I normally don't like wearing masks like this because it's hard to breathe. But this material right here has been fantastic, man. I love it. If you're interested in other wares, like other designs, we'll have her information on our page, man. But big shout out to her, man. Not only is she keeping us safe, she got us looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. And they dope too. And so listen, everybody, if y'all interested in getting one of the Lion's Den's official ones, make sure y'all hit us up. Say, I want one, and then we'll communicate with y'all how to get that in. Larry, what's popping, dog?
Yo, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm chilling, man. I just want to go on record and say Jay-Z is not undefeatable. He can be beat, man.
Man, if you don't shut your ass up. Man, look. Anyway, Will, what's going on, Will?
Man, I know what the hell Larry talking about, man. What's going on there, everybody, man? Hey, y'all in for a treat tonight. Thank y'all for being here. Hope y'all being safe, staying connected, but make sure y'all do y'all social distancing and all that good stuff. And put some in your cup, that num juice, to get you right.
Yes, it's absolutely right. And then we got Foots down there thugging out. What's going on, Foots? He ain't never
What's up,
look
family?
at it. Mm-hmm.
We all here, man. We still living. It's another day above ground. We are blessed. So let's be glad and rejoice in that. And I ain't trying to sound like a pastor tonight. And
Too late. Shut up. It's all right. Amen. But look, we gonna get it. So look, first let me introduce my man's Die. He got it in, man. And look, I really appreciate you, man, being able to get it in and be willing to tell your story, man. So, thank you for coming on the Den, brother. You know what I mean? And right. Over here about to get bit, about to get some of that real talk, man. How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. Sitting here chilling like everybody, locked up in the house, but, happy to be breathing.
Right on, man. So I know you got a lot of good, some good stuff for us. But before we, again, get deep up into it, Larry, first of all, because I got to throw this out there, man. Listen, Nelly, he did his thing in the 90s, okay? Or maybe early 2000s, whatever. Okay. But, bruh, listen, Nelly versus Luda, not happening. Nelly versus, what's his name? Anybody, not happening, bruh. I'm telling you. Now, look, I know, I love the Lou. You know what I'm saying? I love the Lou. But, look, let's keep it real, bruh. Not even.
It ain't got nothing to do with the Lou. I said Jay-Z is not undefeated.
No, I'm going back. Look, that's not even a good conversation, right? Because, but who can you name right now that can beat Jay-Z?
Tupac, DMX.
Man, if you don't shut up. All right, man. All right.
Let's go.
Stop.
Let's go.
Which one of y'all want? You want to do that?
Oh my God, this dude is serious.
Lil Wayne up there too if you want to get really.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
I give you Lil Wayne.
Oh no.
If you really want to get it, let's go, man. I mean, I can drop names all day.
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
but let's drop tracks. That's what I'm talking about.
Who we got?
You know what?
We ain't talking about lyrics either. We talking about
I'm talking about tracks.
All right, look, you know what? That's a mute point. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for even starting that. Hey, shout out if y'all online right now. Give us a area code if y'all listening. If y'all can dig it, we appreciate y'all. And we got some good stuff. So Adai, brother. So not only do you got some dope products, man. And look, shout out to him for real. He got the popcorn seasoning. Y'all see this? Getting it in. My daughter loves it. Put it on popcorn. And this happens to be maple butter. When I first read it, I'm like, yep, this shit's gonna be nasty, but it's not, right? Because I couldn't correlate maple pancakes with popcorn. It wasn't working, right? But as soon I put it on hers first, see, and then I walked away. And she said, "Dad, this tastes good." I'm like, "No, do it." And then I taste it. Sure enough, tastes like kettle corn. It do kettle corn. But then now this what I was on. This hot sauce. This brother got I got right now coconut ghost hot sauce. Bruh.
That's the fire.
That's the fire, man. And I could dig it, man. I put it on all types of stuff. So, man,
You gave me the wrong one then.
say what? Yeah, I did. I gave you what I gave you. I gave you something else to try. But so outside of that, though, man, look, where did it come from, bro? Yo, just give you a story, man, for our listeners out there, because it's great to be in business, especially right now. But it's even better to be in a business that can continue to have a reach that does not necessarily have to be affected by this COVID, man. So go ahead, man. Let me give you the floor. What you got?
So Sunburst Blvd, the name comes from a neighborhood I grew up in, Evansville, Indiana. Shout out to the Ville. So I grew up there, that's where I first learned my love for cooking, in the kitchen with moms, over time being in the military, I've been stationed and lived and been, on every continent on the planet, to include Antarctica. So I've moved everywhere. Cooking's always been a passion. And with that, you move around, you find out that, food is an international language. Everybody eats, everybody likes good food. So going different places and running out of products that you used to, I just figured, I know I can make this better. And so long story short, that's how it happened. I started making products, and then I decided I had some medical issues that sent me back to the States. I got diagnosed with cancer, and they told me I had to come back to the States to get treatment and everything. And with that, I decided, I'm going to start a company. I've had plenty of people tell me I should start with my business, with my sauces, my spices. And what sets me apart from everything with the cancer that I had, it was a very rare type of cancer that it can only be treated a few places in the States. And I said, the doctor I talked to, he said, there's absolutely nothing you could have did to prevent this. It's a genetic type cancer, and it triggers in some people and triggers in other people. He said one thing that has been discovered: a lot of the food that we eat, a lot of the chemicals in the food that are actually approved by the FDA, can trigger these random cancers in people that have the genetic predisposition for it. So when I started my company, I started just like everybody else, had products, and after hearing that and going through all the medical stuff that I went through, I honestly took about as close to $2,000 worth of products that I had developed and everything that was made, the same way most of our food is made in the States. And I threw it away. I just got rid of all of it. And I was like, back to the drawing board. I don't want chemicals in my food. I'm sick of that. And dealing with different food contractors and people that make natural foods and everything. Just brokered a couple deals with them for them to make my products. And that's just one of my big things, just no chemicals in my food. So that's how I started out. And I try to keep to that as close as possible. There are some products that you simply have to have some type of preservatives in just to be able to sell online and everything. But for the most part, especially my spices, I don't use chemicals in them because, I ran into an issue where it almost took my life, and, try to live a little bit healthier. And so that's how Sunburst Blvd got started.
Wow, man. Listen, that's commendable. I mean, so you were able to take a tragic situation and to flip it in order to essentially save your life, man. So that's deep. That's deep. But before I go back into it and deeper into that, what you got, Herm? Look at him. There you go.
Mute button, stop video button, close together. But hold on one second. Before I go, I do have the sriracha hot sauce here that I want to try. Live for everybody. Got a crab ragoon that I'm going to put it on real quick.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? One of St. Louis staples, a crab ragoon.
Right.
I'm going to try it out.
All right. All right.
There it is.
Yo, put hot sauce on our crab ragoon, man. What kind of
man, hey, yo, man, come on, man. You got to give him some slack. You know he's a different brother. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, dog.
Being that I am half Asian, I think I am, you can call the subject matter expert on sriracha sauce. Would y'all agree?
No. What? Man, shut up.
I can lean in your direction.
I ain't leaning in that crazy mess.
It's in the roots.
It's in the roots. Okay.
The recipe for that is heavily influenced by some of my Thai friends. So yeah, I can lean in your direction a little bit.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Brother, hey, that sauce is good, man.
I appreciate it.
I'm not just blowing smoke. That sauce is good. And if it's what you're saying, like if it's no that much preservatives in it and stuff like that, it's definitely would be something that I would choose as a go-to for a healthier alternative. I appreciate what you're doing as far as your mission and what you're trying to do with food. So my question is this: being that you are active duty military, and now you got something that you're selling on the shelves, a lot of people can't even phantom that. Like, how did he get there? Like, can you go to, how'd you broker your first deal? Like, what did that entail? Like, how did you get that started for them to start making your products, and how did it get on the shelf?
So I would tell you, it's a lot of disappointment, straight up. A lot of phone calls, a lot of people not having faith in what you're doing. But basically, I made a product, I filed the business, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Watching YouTube, talking to different food contractors, talking to different food producers. I got a couple mentors that look out for me. Actually, they've been contacting me a lot here lately, asking how my business is going. But it boils down to just picking up the phone, man. I brokered a couple of deals that I would have never even thought that they would be interested in just by picking up the phone. I mean, you got to be able to, if you really believe in your product, you should be able to convince somebody why they should at least try your product. And that's basically what I did. Being active duty military, clearly I don't have the time to mass produce my items. So I go through what is called co-packers. They basically, you sign a non-disclosure agreement. They take your recipe and they see if they can make it. If they can make it, they'll tell you if you order your minimum quantity, you got to order 1,000 units of this one item. We'll bottle it for you, package it for you, and ship it either to you or ship it to whatever store you want. So that's the ultimate goal, is to get it where I'm just making phone calls. Hey, ship 1,000 units to this store, 1,000 units to that store. So yeah, that's what I did, man. Went to co-packers, a lot of money up front. I don't want to say a lot of money. I financed myself. Let's put it that way. I didn't take out a loan or get heavy into credit cards. I just, one thing at a time. I started off with one recipe, sent off to a co-packer. After I started getting recognition, took some more money and did that. So that's how I got started.
Yo, that's dope, man. You know, you said something too, Matt, that really made some sense and that hit home, not just to me, but for, I'm sure, some of our listeners, man, because we have individuals that's inspiring entrepreneurs, right? But you have individuals that's going to close the door on you and then say no, but you didn't say no to yourself. And there's individuals that don't want to push forward because they're so afraid of someone telling them no, man. So shout out to you, man, for that. And anyone that's listening right now, this is, if you have something inside of you, a dream, it's up to you to live it and manifest it, right? You can't just pass your dream off to someone else and expect something to come out of it. So look, that's dope. That's dope. Foots, you ready, brother? Look at him. See,
yes, sir.
No,
yes, sir. Locked in like Jamaican here, brother.
Man, go ahead. You got something for him. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, so for our listeners, what advice that you want to give to start this type of business or just start a business in general?
The first, let me answer in a couple sections. So first, food business. I tried to help a friend start a food business, and they were more concerned about will people like it. Now, I want to say there's billions of people on this planet. If there's something that you like, there's somebody else that likes it. You just got to find that market. So that's the first thing you need to get over. Get rid of that being afraid, will you be accepted? There's too many people on the planet to be afraid if you'll be accepted. Second, try to define exactly what you want to do. Try not to be so broad. Like I could have started out and like, I want to do food. You know, that's so broad, you'll deplete your assets before you even get started. So start small. I can't preach that enough. Start small. Get your 1 or 2 products that the recipe is on. You don't have to alter anymore. Start small. And I mean, it's 2020, you know, YouTube, Google, that's free. I mean, the bulk of the information, you can either pay for it or you can just do your own research. And now we don't have an excuse, you know. YouTube is free, and there's hundreds of companies and small businesses that have their story online that that'll tell you how to get started, you know. So
wow,
stay focused, start small, and don't put all your money in it, you know, just start small.
I can dig it. Man, that's a good question, Foots. And with that being said, you said something that I think we forget to do because we have lofty goals. And I believe sometimes we see the end result before the first step. Right. So that starting small is crucial. Not just starting small, but being able to perfect that small step. Right. You know what I mean? Like be good at what you're doing at that time. And then, you know, think about growing and incorporating the business in different avenues. So that was real key. Larry, what's up, man? You got something for a die?
Yes, sir. It's like a 2-part question, man. First off, not congratulations, but I'm glad you're here to be with us and survive, overcome your obstacles that was placed before you. Obviously, it was a test to me, and it was a test to you, so you did something with it. So the question is 2-part. The first one is you talked about some chemicals that almost took you out. Can you educate us on what those chemicals are for some of us that's not aware of it? Okay, so then part 2 of that is what's in your products that is different than what almost took you out?
Okay, so it's not one specific chemical, but just doing a lot of food research, a lot of the preservatives and a lot of the preservatives that we use in our foods are actually illegal in many countries. Like they just don't use them. Either they've been known to cause cancer or other types of illnesses in groups of people. I'm not saying they're large groups of people, but groups of people. So I basically broke it down to, in my products, I try to break it down to if you can't recognize that item in your refrigerator or your cupboard, it shouldn't be in your food. I mean, that's the basic rule. Now, it goes a little deeper than that, but that's how it started out. If you don't know what it is, if you got to Google it or something, then I try not to put it on my food. Now, I do have, I think, 3 products that actually have some thickeners in them. They're not my favorite products. However, the market was big enough where I had to go that route. But for the most part, if you don't recognize it, you really shouldn't be eating it, or at least not on a daily basis.
Okay. So now what almost took you out? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I was diagnosed with what's called paraganglioma.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's do that one more time. Say it slow if you can break it down to them folks in the back, even the ones in the front, because I couldn't dig that. What is it?
So I was diagnosed with what's called paraganglioma. It's a rare cancer, and it's basically a tumor that releases different types of hormones. My tumor decided to release 40 times the amount of dopamine that a normal adult man should have. So basically, when you're really happy, I was really, really happy. So the big fear with that is that it could cause you to have a heart attack.
So it wasn't just bipolar. It was like for real, because it kind of sounded like you was like on bipolar.
No. So the tumor, it just releases. It causes your body to release a type of hormone, and mine just happened to be dopamine. Mm-hmm. And when they got my results back, they said my dopamine levels are about 40 times higher than what they should be. So the tumor had to go. So after I got that surgery, it was actually I survived 2 types of cancer. After I got that surgery, they removed moved that tumor. It was next to my spine, so they went in through my abdomen, and it was crazy. I had 26 staples holding my abdomen together. So after that surgery, about a month or 2 later, I started getting sick again. I'm like, what is going on? So they did a full body scan, from head to toe. And they found out I had another tumor behind my ear. And they said that's carcinoma, a totally different type of cancer. So they said that got to come out. So they did that surgery. So I had surgery behind my ear to remove a tumor that was about the size of a pea. The surgery that removed it from my abdomen, they said it was about the size of a baseball. And it was right next to my spine. So, it was a rough year. It was a rough year.
Damn. Yo, hey, look, hold on. We got a question from our listeners. It says, what's the long-term impact of elevated dopamine? Shout out to you, Miss Kim. Yeah, what's the long-term impact? Or did they tell you?
So what they said, dopamine is a chemical with adrenaline and a bunch of other hormones that elevate your heart rate, elevate your breathing and everything. So the fear was, if it doesn't come out, I was flat out told by the doctor, if you don't have this surgery, I don't expect you to be here next year. You're going to have a heart attack at some point. So that's the long-term effect, if you don't get it out. And they said this cancer is considered so rare that there's only 5 places in the country that actually treat it regularly. 2 of them happen to be near Air Force bases. So that's how I came back to the States. And the doctor that did mine, he said, in the country, they treat about 20 cases a year. And he said, that may seem a lot, but they're doing thousands of other cases of cancer a year. So my case was so rare that it went to the National Health Administration. I believe that's what it's called. It's where the CDC gets their information from. And went there, and then the University out in LA took my file, and they, I guess, are studying it. So the long-term effect is eventually it will cause you to have a heart attack and you'll die.
Wow, that's deep. Hey, Herm, you got something, bro? What you got?
Yeah. So first, shout out to you for fighting that and getting better and turning that into motivation and creating your product now. What do you say to folks? I mean, you went through that. Mm-hmm. You're in the Air Force. What's your job in the Air Force, first off?
I'm supply. I'm logistician.
Supply? Okay. So you got a full-time job in the Air Force. You just beat cancer. How did you find the time to create this company? And what do you say to people that say, man, I just don't have the time?
Well, if you don't have the time, it's not a passion for you. Because if it's a passion, you're going to make time. How many of us has been late to work and you ain't got no time but just to grab your keys, but you still brush your teeth, right? Right? Yeah. You will make time. If it's important to you, you will make time. Mm-hmm. There's no amount of fatigue that will stop you from going out and capturing a dream if it's really your dream. So force yourself to do it. If it's something you want to do, make time. Matter of fact, Seth, you had a post. It was annoyingly motivating.
That's what I do.
Right when it was about a week into the coronavirus, I'm on the couch lounging. There's stuff I need to be doing on my website. And I saw your post and it said, if you don't start your hustle or something during all this downtime, then time was never your issue. It was what would you say? It was discipline.
Discipline.
It's true. And I say it was annoyingly motivating because I saw that. I was like, man, you got stuff to do. Let me go and get up. So yeah, if it's your dream, you will make time.
Absolutely. And man, you know what? Being in not just the military, but being an accountability coach, that's one of the things that I talk to people about. Like, you can't say you want to do something, but then in the same breath, you have 1,000 excuses as to why not. All you need is one reason that you want to get it in. You get what I'm saying? You got to get it in. Hey, I'm sorry, Will. What's up? You got a question? Hit him up.
More so, brother, you are a walking testimony, right? But as it relates to your business, we talk about giving back as it relates to the Lions Den out here making a difference. So as a business owner, distributor, the whole nine, what things are you putting in place to allow somebody else for you to be the advocate for them to get to where you are? Do you have any type of educational podiums or any type of feedback that you provide to others to kind of give them that insight?
I'm glad you asked that. So I don't have anything officially where I reach out to people that's trying to start a business. However, I'm always available for people if they want to ask questions or, if they're looking for information. I don't know everything, but I started from the very beginning to where I am now, and I'm about to celebrate a 1-year anniversary in business. So I don't have anything officially for that. However, I am available. But on giving back community-wise, if you go to my website, there was a campaign that was started a few years ago. A lot of people don't know this, but there are schools out there where students, if they cannot pay their school lunch, they basically don't eat. Now, you imagine going to school all day, and sometimes for some of these kids, school lunch, that's all the meal they get. And imagine you don't have the money to pay for that, and you can't eat. So there was a campaign that kind of fell off, and it was the name of it was Every Student Eats. So I've picked that campaign up. On my website right now, I sell pens, and my pens are only $1.99. They're pretty decent pens too, really good pens. $1.99, and all the revenue from those pens get donated to me. It was me and a couple other small businesses, our startups. We do little bitty things like that, and we donate the revenue from that to like a group that tries to pay off certain school lunches because so it's about to be summer. Well, next year that rolls over. A lot of people don't know that. So if you was hungry this year and you don't pay it during the summer, when you come back, you hungry next year. And you're an elementary school child. Why do you have to worry about that? And it's a shame that a lot of these schools and cities, they punish kids who come from houses that just simply don't have the money. So we're trying to get ahead of it right now. We're trying to get ahead of, since we're about to go into summer, stock up on your pens or everybody that's selling little things like that, so we can try to get ahead of it, at least for one school, if not for at least one student. So that's what I do in the community. It's Every Student Eats. There will be a blog post that come out soon on it, but if you go to my website and go to the campaign page, it's at the bottom, explains what we do, explains how much money goes to from the pen sales, goes to that. And I actually buy the pens myself, so I don't even buy the pens with money from customers. I buy them myself, and the money generated from that goes to the schools. So I'm not one of those people that, the donation bank gets 5%. No, it's 100% of that goes to schools.
Yo, that's dope.
Big, brother. Do you have your website?
Yes.
How can people get in contact with you?
Oh yeah. Yes. So I pinned it. So go ahead. You can talk about it, brother. Go ahead.
So it's www.Sunburst Blvd. It's sunburstblvd.com. All one word. sunburstboulevard.com.
As a matter of fact, we're about to do one better for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all check out your screens. Okay. Bam. Look at that. So where is it at? Oh, you can't see it. It's hidden back there. But this is the popcorn season. Hey, brother. So while I'm scrolling through here, you want to kind of narrate what you got over here?
So right now you're on the featured at the bottom of the screen. So every month I take a couple of the products that people hit on. Like when you click on a product, the person that owns their website can usually see what's being clicked on the most. So the products that are being clicked on the most, I usually put them on sale and run a sale for about a month. So if somebody want to try it, or they just I really don't want to pay that much, and so I'll put it on sale for a couple weeks and give people opportunity to try it. Mm-hmm. And Yeah, so that's what I do for the featured products. That's how I choose which one's going to be featured. I just go by what products are actually being clicked on. If you go up to the About Us page, it kind of tells you the backstory of Sunburst Blvd,
Nice.
who we are, what we do. At the bottom, it gives a little blurb about our campaign. And like I said, there's going to be a blog post that comes out soon that goes into more detail about exactly what we do with the money and exactly what we sell. So,
nice.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that campaign. It's something I hold dear to my heart because, a couple times I was that hungry student, so
right.
I really care.
Yo, that's real dope, man. That's real dope. Real dope. Herm, what you got for him, brother?
So as far as getting your product out to different locations, how many different locations do you have deals with now? Do you know that off the top of your head?
I do. However, some of them are still being I haven't signed it. And whenever you put it out there that you're going to be in the stores get kind of a little gun shy. So
right.
I'm in a couple small stores. I'm not in any national chains right now. However, hopefully soon I will be, but I am in some small stores. I do have one store in the Philippines and one store in Thailand, so I'm pretty proud about that.
Have you thought about working with military dining halls and stuff like that? Have you?
Oh yeah. Definitely. So I applied with to go through stuff like that. The government likes you to be in business for a year before you approach them. And so I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary. I've already applied. I got my my DUNS report, which is like the Social Security number of your business. So I got all that ready. I'm just waiting for June 3rd to push the button. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to work to get in. I know the Army just did their contract for their condiments. Every few years, they go. The DoD goes through contracts of what they're going to buy, what brand ketchup and stuff like that they're going to buy. So the Army is doing their evaluations right now, which is pretty cool. If I could win a contract like that, but yeah.
Brother, they need some flavor in them meals, but in them deep fries.
Man, don't start this.
No, hey, Herm. Hey, look, yo, man, listen, me too. And look, we know the truth, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. Listen, anybody that's listening out there know damn well if you didn't have a real cook out there, look, you needed somebody that was back there that had that extra fat over the. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, if you saw them out the peripheral, you know the food was about to be on jam. Boy. But if I'm lying, but if you see that little airman that's trying to make your chicken, you're like, you know what I'm talking about? Because what they're going to do is...
I ain't about to let y'all sit up here and disrespect
hold on.
the services career field like this.
Hold on 1 minute. Hey, so we got a caller. What's going on? Hold on 1 minute, y'all. We got a brother on here. Hold on, let's see, man. But yeah, man, that food was out of line, bro.
It crazy in the mug, man.
Out the career field, it was the food. Cause I seen the book, brother. The book is bland as hell.
Hey,
hold on, Kim.
You on there?
Kimberly
you on there?
Gold. Kimberly Gold. Don't do this. Don't talk about the food is trash out there.
Hello,
Kimberly Gold. I got to thank you for making a purchase on my website. I actually just got a notification from her, so I appreciate that.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So what is your next wave that you're gonna come with and hit us with?
You know what? So right now I'm focusing really heavy on my spice blends. Like I said, I've been all over the planet, and food is universal. So every couple of weeks, I've been coming out with a new spice blend. Here recently, I just came out with my Gulf Bay seasoning, and I've been telling everybody it's time to get rid of that old Bay and get your new Gulf Bay. So I've been coming out with new spice blends every couple of weeks. I think so. I'm kind of focused right there. I would like to be the face of different spice blends. I'm trying to actually change the spice game. There's a lot of spices that we don't get in the U.S. A lot of spices that you never hear about, and they're accessible if you can buy them in bulk quantity. So that's what I'm trying to do: make spice blends created from all over the world, something that you never tasted or something that maybe you tasted but you don't really recognize. So that's my big venture. I'm trying Sunburst Blvd to be the face of different spice blends.
Right on, man. That's what's up, man, because I believe you can do it, and they need some. For example, did y'all heard of that seasoning called Slap Your Mama?
Oh, yeah.
So you got slap your mama, you got kick your daddy, you got punch your kids, you got elbow your auntie, you got all that. But I tell you one thing, it's good though. I bet you I keep a couple of them in the cupboard. You dig it? Hey, Larry, what you got, brother?
Hey, my next question for you, Adai, is what do you learn about the business side though? Like as far as lessons learned, some myth you want to squash for the audience that's listening, not just within your respect as to what you're doing right now, but just in general for those that are kind of hesitant to go and pursue their dreams.
So I would say the biggest lesson learned is probably if you can do it yourself, do it yourself. There's plenty of companies out there that will do everything, even answer your emails for you. But it's your business. You run it how you want, but I tell you, nobody does anything for free. If you're a business and somebody reaches out to you to say they're going to help you or anything, be wary of that. You know, they run in a business too. Or you would think corporations, big corporations that make millions of dollars and everything, you would think if they reach out to you, they're not going to harm you. But no, they are snakes. There are corporations out there that will literally take advantage of you. I had to contact LinkedIn and Facebook. There were 2 pages out there with my logo. So I just got my logo, or 2 of my logos trademarked. So there was a page out there with my Spinsters, the popcorn season logo, but it said Sunburst Blvd. And I had somebody reach out to me and was like, hey, which one of these are your pages? And I'm like, well, I only got 1 page. So I had to go out there and, find this page. And I don't know, it's just malicious. Why would you do that to somebody? So be wary of anybody that's saying they're going to help you. Try not to give away a lot of free stuff. Whenever you start, people expect your products to not be as quality because you're not in the store, which, it's complete opposite. Usually if you're not in the store, you just starting out, you put more quality into your stuff to get it out there. But a lot of people want free stuff and, they don't always buy. So I will be cautious on the amount of free stuff you give away. I actually have a budget for the amount of free stuff I can give away each quarter. So I don't just randomly give discounts and everything because I can't afford to.
Right. And you know what? I'm glad you said that too, because when it comes down to business, I think we're so happy about being in the business. We forget about our fixed cost and the things that we need to do to stay above that. And also you hit on something too, that's intellectual property. Okay, people don't protect their intellectual property. Right. So because it's your idea, or because it's a song or something that you thought of, or even your spices, you get what I mean? If it's that close, I'm not sure what the barriers are or the boundaries are when it comes down to spices. However, if you know that is yours, if you know this is my logo, you need to protect yourself. And a lot of us don't think about that. I think we're worried about the image of having a business, but not taking care of the actual things that they need to do to keep that business popping, Wow.
And, I would tell you, like you said, trademarks and copyrights. Oh my God. There's no words to explain how important that is, because there's nothing worse than you putting your hard work, your sweat, your tears into something, and then somebody take your logo and then they trademark it for themselves. And you can't do nothing about it. They what they're saying is that's theirs, and the U.S. government agrees with them because you didn't trademark it. So, yeah, protect your stuff.
Was it like Jack Daniels or something like that happened? Was it like Jack Daniels that happened before?
You know what? It
really?
did. Yeah, I think it. What was it?
Oh, the recipe.
Yeah, the recipe. Yeah, right. Because of Uncle Nearest and everything. But I mean, there's individuals that feel as though you can do a poor man's copyright. All right, well, look, you do a poor man's copyright, a rich man's lawyer can eat it up. Then what? You get what I'm saying? So just mailing your shit in the mail to yourself and say, see, look, this is what I did. No, that doesn't work. Take the time, do your research and pay for that. All right, because that's an investment back into your business. And then if you do things right, you can that's considered a business expense, essentially. Right. Let me see. Larry, what's up? You got one, Larry? Who is?
No, I was just saying it happens in music all the time with sampling and stuff. You can apply this same analogy to that.
Yeah.
careful with sampling and taking people's stuff because it can cost you in the long run.
Bruh.
Right.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you do some donating, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can do me this solid, man, Seth needs you to donate him some macaroni and cheese seasoning. Nothing with that, bro. Yeah,
it sounds like you struck a chord.
So
hey, the look is classic though.
So look, check it out. He doing that he's doing that for for a reaction. So I ain't gonna give it to him. But it's all good, man. But hey, is there anything though, man? Is there anything that you would like anyone else to know out there, man? Wait, before I do, I just want to make sure our viewers know we appreciate y'all for listening and for commenting. And if there's anything that y'all want to know, please, this is the time to do it. We still got a couple of minutes. Y'all can give us a call. I pinned it. The number 618-792-6747, okay, to ask anything as far as a die in his business and things of that nature. But, man, is there anything that you think that you put it like this? What would you have told your younger self prior to? You feel me? So think about that. What you know now, like you're about to hit your year mark, right? But even when the thought came into your brain, what would you tell yourself if you can go back and have a conversation?
Every dollar that you are about to expend, know exactly where every penny goes. Because companies take advantage of businesses and startups by selling you packages. For instance, I filed my company with LegalZoom, and I don't want to drag LegalZoom because they have helped me out a lot. But companies will sell you things that you don't need.
And that you can get for free, too, because you get a lot of LegalZoom. Yeah.
I was asked, do I want to form an S Corp or LLC or I'm like, well, I don't know. And then they said, well, we give you a deal on the S Corp. I was like, well, shoot, let's go that route. Well, luckily, I follow people online, and there just happened to be something online why you shouldn't file an S Corp if you're just starting out. And I just got to looking through that and everything. And I was like, they were going to file me something, file my paperwork as if I was already a Fortune 500 company, and it would have benefited me if I was making $1 million a year, but that don't benefit me. So be wary of discounts. That's the big thing. Know where every dollar you spend starting up, and be wary if a company is giving you discounts, because the discount just means that the company is going to take a loss or not going to make as much money as they can up front. So you got to wonder why. If you're in the business to make money, why would you cut me a discount? So be wary of that.
That's very smart. That's very smart, man. Very wise words. Herm, what you got, bro?
That sounds like, man, for you, my friend.
Yeah.
I got this deal for you.
Yeah, for you, my friend. Yeah. All right.
Today only.
And here it comes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But seasoning, right? Mm-hmm. So you said that you were into food, like cooking.
Yeah.
What made you decide on seasoning was going to be your thing?
Because I like.
I know why, because you a pescaminarian, and so it don't got no flavor to a lot of that food. Like you be eating raw fish and shit, you know what I'm talking about? So you need some pancake butter seasoning.
Pescaminarian.
Yeah, pescaminarian.
So I've been a pescatarian since about 2014 now. And
he made that shit up when I met him. I'm like, hey, guess what? I'm about to be a pescaminarian.
But yeah, I think I've always been fascinated. First, my background is logistics. I've always been fascinated with logistics, and to how I explain logistics is the art of getting stuff and getting it to the customer the cheapest and the fastest. What does that sound like? So that's how I took logistics, what I was trained to do, and applied that to what I like to do, and seeing things move around the country and getting things to a part of the country that wouldn't necessarily have this product, and the kitchen has always been, a passion of mine. Like I said, food is a passion. Food is universal, and you can have some chicken breast from one restaurant and it'll be, okay. You can have a chicken breast from another restaurant or even home and it'll be the best you ever had. The only difference is the spices, how it was cooked, how it was prepared. So that's kind of how that's really how I got into it. I like spices. I like the science of food. Nothing is better than somebody say, hey, I don't really eat that, or I don't really like that. And I always say, well, you've never had it the right way, especially if it's a vegetable. And you make it for them, and they eat it down like, you sprinkled gold on it. That's a passion of mine.
Mm-hmm. I like that, man. That's real dope. And you know what? You said something earlier that I want to challenge you on, because Will asked the question as far as, have you ever been on a, been on a platform to, have questions to give back for business. And so what do you think about coming back in a later time, man, with other business owners talking about, the ebbs and flows of being in the business? You think that's dope?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Because for one, I wish I had that resource. I learned everything trial and error, and luckily I just happened to have income where I could supplement my mistakes, so absolutely. If it helps somebody get started and they don't go through some of the trials that I went through, absolutely. I would love to do that.
That's dope. So look, we got a question on live right now. They asked, Miss Angela, what's going on? She's asked, do you do right everything yourself, or do you have others on payroll that help you out?
So right now I don't have anybody on a payroll. However, I do use freelancers for a lot of stuff. As far as some of my blogs, I don't write the longer blogs myself. I usually have somebody that either supported me since I started or is an expert in a certain field. Like I'm trying to think of one of the blogs that somebody had wrote for me. The blog for the Every Student Eats. I have somebody actually researching the numbers on how many students go without food, what are the adverse effects, and the percentages of students that don't graduate, and it could be attributed to malnutrition. So I actually have somebody researching that now, and they're going to write the blog. So that's what I mean by the blog is coming soon. So I don't have anybody that I pay consistently. However, I do use freelancers for a lot of different stuff. That's
very smart. And then that's also save you time, right? So shout out to Fiverr. Boy, Fiverr really comes through. You know what I mean? Because you got people that are subject matter experts. Yeah. They can do what you need in 3 minutes that may take you a couple of weeks to do, and a lot more money. But go ahead, Will. You got a question, brother?
Yeah, so with all your products, you say you love to cook. What suggestions can you make with your products that's just something that's just gonna set it off? Like you coming with this new. Now, what is something that you could recommend? Now you know how we like our chicken.
Yeah.
Hold on, look. No, what you not gonna do is do this how we like chicken. Not, bruh. Yo, back. All right, look. We're in 2020. This ain't 1820. Don't do that. Don't do that, bruh. Y'all see this dude? Could we got chicken? Man,
so I would say 2 things. So I just posted a picture a couple days ago. Seth, you got to be seeing these. I cook a lot. And I used my garlic Parmesan popcorn seasoning on a baked potato. So
wait, hold on, wait. You still in the military, or is that some munchie shit? Because you adding what?
So the Parmesan garlic is just refined Parmesan garlic, salt, and a few other different spices. It's refined for popcorn, but it doesn't have to be stuck to that. Like I said, I have a mom and pop restaurant in Kentucky. They use my maple butter popcorn seasoning on their dinner rolls. They mix it in with batter and make it in dinner rolls. So just because it says this doesn't mean you have to use it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I can dig it.
One. Mm-hmm. Second, I have a lot of my spice blends are from all over the world. So I have one spice blend called Berber season. A lot of people don't even know about that. It's a traditional Ethiopian season. Basically, if you eat any food, Ethiopian food is going to have some type of Berber season in it. So don't be scared to try things you never heard. I put a small description on every product, where it comes from, what influenced it and everything. So try that stuff. Don't be scared to try something that you never tried before.
Yeah,
that's one of the most irritating things, man, is going out with somebody and they be like, I don't eat that. I don't try it. Yeah. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Oh, man, take a walk on a wild side once, man. You might like something.
Yeah. And you know, that's what you get, like, especially if you know, kind of used to, you know, dating hood rats. But hey, look, we got a question. No, I'm not. No shade. I'm just talking about people in general. No, I'm just but for real, like, you know, what you want to eat? Some Cheetos and not popcorn. What is pickles? You dig? Hey, so look, we do got another question. All right, starting out. How many family members helped you out or believed in you? Bruh, hold on. Before you answer that, I think that is one of our, and I mean culturally, one of our issues, because I think we expect individuals that's closest to us to believe in us first. You get what I mean? And that may not be the case. It may be individuals that is not closest to you, but they ready to ride for you harder than the individual that birthed you sometimes. You know what I mean? So would you speak on that as far as individuals that helped you out, or were there individuals that helped you out or believed in you?
So I'm not one to drag anybody, so I'm not going to drag my family. However, I will say some of my cousins that I didn't speak to after adulthood, you know, you move away and you lose contact. Some of them helped me out, and words of encouragement, purchasing one or two items. When my business was first starting out, you know, prices fluctuate because, you know, you can only do so much, so it costs you more to produce. I have some of my family members, distant family members, and some of my neighborhood friends that I haven't talked to in years. You know, they were some of the first people that purchased for me. Matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to Dustin Christian. That was the very first customer I had, and he bought like 4 bottles of hot sauce and 1 or 2 other products, and it was damn near $50. You know, I actually felt really bad that, you know, it's like, damn, man, that's a lot of money. But he was one of the first people that purchased from me when my prices was really high. So I would say to the person that asked that question, don't be disappointed if you don't get the immediate support that you were expecting. Always remember, people have lives, they have things going on, and just because you started a business does not obligate them to support you. However, I mean, you are expecting it, but don't be disappointed. You know, don't lose your faith in your hometown that supported you.
Right. That makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. And look, speaking of that too, I do want to give a special shout out to our sponsor, with being Kevlar's Grill. Look, y'all, if y'all don't know nothing about Kevlar's Grill, we talk about them all the time, but they have been down with us since the beginning, okay? Kevlar's Grill. I mean, their food is immaculate. As a matter of fact, before I go into it, we just go take a second. We're going to just take a second. Will, tell me something about Kevlar's Grill. What do you love about Kevlar's Grill?
The chicken.
See, look at it.
And I want to be fancy when they do that brunch on Sunday, the greens.
And the shrimps and grits. You're absolutely right. I can dig it. Hey, so ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure y'all know what's up with Kevlar's Grill. They're still getting it in. Okay, they're still getting it in. I want to feast your eyes on this goodness. Okay, Kevlar's Grill is not out, they're right outside the Air Force Base, right? They do Grubhub, and they do 25 miles around. Look at this. We got shrimp and grits. Look at that, chicken and waffles. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna rap with a man and see if they're interested in your seasoning. You dig it? Look at that, pork steaks. Yeah, no problem. That's what we're supposed to do, right? Look, we got the wings and fish, all that. So again, everybody, y'all make sure y'all go and support Kevlar's Grill. They do deliver to number 618-416-5700, right outside the Air Force Base, about inside the Scott VFW post 4183. So special shout outs to them. But brother, look, we want to thank you though, seriously, man, for getting on and being who you are in your community, and an airman, right? Because some people forget, like you're really getting it. You're an airman doing this. So last question, honestly, man, is where do you see your career versus your dream?
So I'm kind of in a weird point, like you said, being active duty. I got to promote now. Check that box. So
Congratulations.
I was actually looking forward to retiring at the end of the year. However, like we all know, when you get promoted to a new rank, you got to work for 2 years to retire. So I'm not disappointed that I'm getting promoted, but it kind of made me reevaluate some things. As far as career go, I want to be a first sergeant. Like I'll hopefully be sewing on master at the end of the year. I want to be a first sergeant. That's been my dream since I came in the military, and I don't feel that surviving everything I survived, I don't feel it will be appropriate for me to not achieve that dream. I feel like I'm here for a reason, and first sergeants help people, and that's what I like to do. After I retire, though, I would like to be able to focus 100% and just conduct my business and, according to the plan that I have in my head. Mm-hmm. So as far as career goes, get promoted, sew on a diamond, be a first sergeant, do a few more years, then retire healthy and happy, and then manage my business.
Right on. Well, listen, man, congratulations. And I know that's one of Larry's aspirations as well. And you know what? It used to be one of mine too. But then I realized that not everybody is running the same race. You dig? So if I can still help individuals in a different vein, how about I do that? I don't need a diamond. I could just, be me. You feel me? But no matter what you do, man, we got you. We'll support you, and we want to thank you for being on the Lions Den, brother. Hey, look, check it out. You could have been anywhere. But you happen to be here, right, with the family, man. So we appreciate it. And also, we want to say thank you for everybody that's tuned in. Make sure y'all reshare this, y'all retweet this. Oh, wait, not retweet. We got to be on Twitter for that. Anyway, make sure y'all get it in and y'all share it. Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, y'all can tweet this. And look, make sure that y'all go and check out his stuff. It's real good. I put it up there, and grab this coconut ghost sauce. Man, it's fire. Okay, it's fine.
There was another person that did it. Say I didn't catch the name when it popped up, but I want to thank
Keisha did. It was Keisha, the one that made another one. Yeah, Keisha made one. Kim and Keisha both got one.
Okay,
she got the sweet bundles, what she said. She's the one that made our mask for us.
Okay, hey, I appreciate it, and I will be checking out your mask. Appreciate the support, y'all, and truly an honor to be on your show.
No doubt, brother. Welcome. And so, again, everybody, if y'all like the hey, Herm, pop that mask up one more time. Foots, you got your mask on? Where your mask at? I know you got it in the kitchen somewhere because you're in the kitchen. Yo, hey, Foot, stay in the damn kitchen. Put your mask on. Represent. Look at that. Yeah. And look, you can breathe in it too, right? Don't go run. You might pass out, but you can walk. Cool in it. You dig? So look, make sure y'all go and shout us out. If y'all want one, y'all hit us up in the messenger, say I want one, and then we'll hook y'all up with those exclusive Lion Dens ones. All right. But again, we thank you. Thanks to Dodd. Thanks to Den. Thanks to Prod for watching. We're going to see y'all next week. Holla.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. Make sure to listen to the show on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, and Radio Public, where you can subscribe, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you like or dislike this episode, we'd appreciate your feedback on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Lionscast. Check out the book, The Black Collar Mindset, The Art of Strategic Thinking, on Amazon, or www.theblackcollarmindset.com, a manual to maneuver through life strategically by holding yourself accountable. Tune in next week for another episode of The Lion's Den with Seth.